Well, I mean, two of them have been on hunger strike for 45 days now, which is past the point of potential permanent damage, approaching the point of death. I mean, the NHS doctors signed a letter stating that death is imminent if nothing is done. There are 8 people on hunger strike now. 5 of them have been hospitalized at various times. Several of them have collapsed. Several of them are in really dangerous situations. And all of them, again, according to the 100 NHS doctors, all of them have been denied the regular checks that someone on hunger strike should be getting. There should be a daily battery of tests, including weighing, blood tests, etc. None of them have received that on a daily basis. So it's neglect on a vast scale. Well, today there was a delegation from Derry Council. That's the first council in this country to pass a motion in support of the hunger strikers and to urge the government to deprescribe Palestine Action. At the same time that the campaign received a response from David Lammy to our concerns about, of course, the imminent death of some of the hunger strikers. The letter, which said absolutely nothing of substance, a form letter more or less, that said that the government follows all regulations, follows all medical advice to ensure that anyone on hunger strike is taken care of. We know for a fact all of that is untrue because of the experiences of the hunger strikers themselves. One who was left to die on the floor of her cell the other day, was thankfully taken to hospital at the last moment. I think politicians are realizing that this is not a problem that's going to go away. I think they're realizing that legislation, police regulations like this, I mean, we're only about 50 people. We've been here for less than 2 hours, and they've already tried to issue a Section 14 to force us to leave. So the politicians are realizing that this strategy is not going to work. They cannot crush the movement for the liberation of Palestine in this country, and they can't crush the hearts and dedications of the hunger strikers. Whether they realize how urgent the situation is, I really think they don't care. That's the problem. The vast majority of them do not care. And their investment in Israeli weapons companies are worth more than the lives of the hunger strikers. I think one thing that made a change was that politicians in the Houses finally raised a question in Parliament about the hunger strikers. This was about after 40 days, when David Lammy had completely ignored all requests for a meeting and even lied, claiming that he hadn't even heard about the fate of the hunger strikers. Of course, we now know that's a lie. Zara Sultana in particular had sent him a letter a few days earlier. So I think what ordinary people can do is pressure their politicians to raise further questions, to put pressure on the government, because as we've seen with this government in particular, all they care about is their reputations. All they care about is their careers. They're willing to let hunger strikers die in order to preserve their careers. So it's only when they feel that their careers are in danger that they'll do anything about it. And that requires pressure from inside, as well as what we're doing here. But if you can't take to the streets, if you can't write letters to the hunger strikers, which is also a very good way of keeping their spirits up, then you can at least pressure your politicians to do something inside these houses.